The 21st Century Road to Housing Act is now law, and it's being described as one of the most significant federal housing reform packages in years. But what does it actually do? And will it meaningfully change the Arizona housing market? The legislation addresses several parts of the housing system. First, it attempts to increase housing supply by encouraging faster development, reducing certain regulatory barriers, and supporting smaller, more affordable housing options. It also creates a pilot program to help make mortgages of $100,000 or less more practical. That program could provide assistance with down payments, closing costs, appraisals, and title insurance. This may have limited use for a typical Phoenix area home, but it could be helpful for manufactured homes and properties in lower priced or rural markets. The Act also expands manufactured and modular housing options, including allowing qualified manufactured homes to be constructed without a permanent chassis. It increases certain federal loan limits and addresses financing barriers that can make these homes more difficult to purchase. Another provision authorizes a whole home repairs pilot program. Participating governments and organizations could provide grants to eligible homeowners and potentially forgivable loans for qualifying landlords for necessary repairs, accessibility improvements, energy efficiency, and health or other safety issues. The law also requires federally backed mortgage programs to maintain a process for borrowers requesting a reconsideration of value when they believe an appraisal may be inaccurate or incomplete. Now let's talk about institutional investors. Beginning 180 days after enactment, a large institutional investor will generally be prohibited from purchasing additional 1 or 2 unit residential properties. The law generally defines a large institutional investor as a company or investment entity controlling at least 350 qualifying homes. Violations can result in penalties up to $1 million per property or 3 times the property's purchase price, whatever is greater. However, this is not a complete ban. Institutional investors are not required to sell the homes they already own. That means the law will not suddenly place thousands of corporate-owned properties back on the market. Build-to-rent developments are specifically exempt, allowing institutions to continue constructing and retaining new single-family rental communities. Institutions may also purchase certain properties through renovate-to-rent programs if the homes need substantial rehabilitation and the improvements equal at least 15% of the purchase price. Other exceptions involve qualifying homeownership or rent-to-own programs, foreclosure-related acquisitions, and purchases from other institutional investors. Manufactured homes are not included in this particular restriction. These exceptions may serve legitimate purposes, but they also create potential workarounds. The effectiveness of the restriction will depend on how carefully these programs are defined, reported, and enforced. According to the Cromford Report, institutional investors have already substantially reduced their purchases of Arizona resale homes. Because of that, this restriction may have very little immediate impact on buyer competition or resale inventory. The bottom line is that this act creates several provisions that may gradually support housing supply and financing. But Arizona buyers should not expect an immediate flood of investor-owned homes or major change in home prices. I'm Chris Zubrycki with RE/MAX Fine Properties. I'm the BJJ broker and have been fighting for my clients since 2001. Follow along for straightforward updates about laws and market changes affecting Arizona real estate.